Afternoon, I'm going to be working in a Honda Civic EX VTEC version. Today we're going to work on the fuel injectors. Change all four, and let's get to it. I'll show you the tools you need. Tools you're going to need for fuel injectors. You're going to need two types of pliers, one flathead, 10mm, an extension just in case, and you got your ratchet. All of it in 3/8. So first thing you want to do is always check out the battery, because of course we're dealing with fuel again. Fuel injectors over there. So let me show you where all the bolts are at. So pretty much all the bolts. So looking from above, you're gonna have one. Where's it at? Right over there. So you can see it. It's like right there. There. There's gonna also be another one on the other side. That's what I mean. You need the extension. Zoom up a little bit. Right there. You can kind of see it. But okay, that's gonna be the 10mm. Now the ones for the flathead, of course, it's just taking off the plastic here. So you're gonna get it in that little area right there. And this course is gonna be another one over here. So you get that correctly. It's gonna be tucked in right down there. That one right there. Another thing you wanna see, there's gonna be these clips. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it right now. For the pliers, of course, it's gonna be just the little hose clamps, but I don't think we have to take those out. But I'll check it out. We're gonna start doing is taking off the negative thermal. Pretty simple. Well, in this case, I need the longer 10mm. We got our 10. Finally take off our negative terminal. Just make sure you put it to the side. You don't want a spark happening with the fuel getting all over the engine bay. All right, and we can start taking out that plastic. Before we do start messing with fuel, we want to release the pressure going on inside the fuel tank. Same thing, you always hear a little pressure coming out. Just to really, that way fuel doesn't get off the fuel injectors whenever we take them out. Off the plastic, pretty much you got to do just make it loose out of the thing. So you got to just release those little pins right here. So you just lift it up, and you can see that. Lift that pin up, then it's all loose. Now you got another one over here. Then now you have the plastic a little loose now. Now you want to get these little ports. Just open a little bit and do it with 2 hands. Get back to you right now, but you just gotta lift this piece up and just kind of lift the top up. The other side right here too, which is down there. Looking very close with it, you don't have to take off this plastic, you just gotta make it loose. So you could kind of see in there, you could have to just take out the bolt, that bolt right there, and there's gonna be another one under that hose, the one I was talking about. I think when you could lift this up, this whole rail, the fuel rail, then you can finally take off the fuel injectors. So we're just gonna try to get to those 2 bolts right there. And I'm pretty sure I gotta take that hose out just so I can get under that one. So we can just do that right now. Just take off that hose clamp. We got our needle nose pliers. I think it would be best to use the other ones actually. These are more flat, so I think you have more grip from like the above. Let's see. It's grabbing them, but it's not grabbing all 3 pins. Like that. There you go. Should work right there now. And we can just take off that hose and we get to that 10mm bolt or nut. First you gotta loosen this hose now. It's all been stuck there for ages. Kind of made an idea, so instead of just taking off that hose, because that hose has been sitting there for a while, we're gonna take off the whole fuel pressure regulator. So we're just gonna move it to the side, and we can just actually get to that bolt there. So of course, there's another 2mm. Take that out, move it to the side, get to that bolt. Before taking out this fuel pressure regulator, we need rags, because rags, fuel does come out from the bottom of it. It's gotta have rags and always have a fire extinguisher with you too. Have one just in case over there. So we're gonna take it up. Just a little bit comes out, but you can tell where it meets up. So here we go. So now we're gonna move it to the side, or we can actually get to that bolt now. So I already kind of made the fuel rail a little loose, but you can kind of get the fuel injectors out through there. So originally it was actually like, put it back real quick, just so I can show you how it was. So it was like this. All the fuel injectors are in. When you actually get those two bolts loose, you can actually lift it up like, can't even show you what. But you just kind of get it, like you just pull it out with two hands just like that, like wiggle it out. You are going to get fuel come out through the little spot here, where's on the way, through that little spot when you take out the fuel injector, and you can actually see that rail right there. But this is the old one right here. Use condition, and this is going to be the new ones right here. If anything, I'll put the part number on the screen so you can take a look at them. Now that you have the fuel injector out of the block, you want to of course take out the wire, squeeze the little pins just like future would. So you're going to squeeze the pins like this, so now yank it out, do it to all. Make sure they're in order, because you don't want to have a misfire and having them mixed up. So if you want to take off the fuel injector off the rail, you want to turn them a little bit like that, actually upside down like this. Then that's where you're going to get your pliers. They fit perfectly like in there, just like that. And then you're just gonna push them out. I'll show you right now. Here we got the second one out. Looks pretty bad in there. So it kind of fell over here. Focusing. There we go. So same thing with this one. So you're gonna turn the opposite way. Just like that. And that's where you're gonna use your pliers to like kind of go like this. So I'm gonna do all of them because I can't do it with one hand. Now that we got all fuel injectors out, it's time to put the new ones, but let me show you the old ones. That doesn't look good. No, look at the new one. I think I could transfer some stuff. Let me see. I think there's some stuff I gotta transfer over. Looking closely at the fuel injectors, it's a little different on the top only. I was looking around, see if like you're supposed to put them how they're supposed to look like the original, but I don't see anything wrong putting them on like that. So we're just gonna put them on, see what happens. Easy way, just put them on. So I'm gonna add them through there, and then from there you just put them in there, and then we're gonna put everything back like the bolts. So we're gonna give it a try. Before putting them on, don't forget to take out the little O-rings, little things like these. Let's see if we can try to put on one of the fuel injectors for you guys, just so you guys can see. Got the pack over here. There's a new fresh one. Already put one of them on. It's kind of clean. And we're just gotta take off the little cap here. Let me see if I could just try to put it on one hand. Move the fuel rail. Wire out of the way. Yeah, I guess I'll just show you guys how it looks in the end. Okay, so we got all fuel injectors on the fuel rail. Now we're just gonna put them back in their place. Making sure they sit flush. Gotta force them on there since it's new seals. There we go. I'll break some plastic doing this. Whatever. We're gonna redo this real quick. So take them out. Gotta put it even out. There we go. Ah, why is it lifting up like that? We finally managed to get all the fuel injectors on the, the valve cover head. Now we're gonna put all the bolts back. So while we're putting the bolts back, it's gonna sit even more flush. So let's get to it. All the nuts. We're gonna put all the 10mm nut. We're gonna finally tighten everything up. Get that one too. So I'll show you guys in a minute how it's gonna look, and then we're gonna get to this one right there. We're pretty much done tightening the fuel rail. I gotta do the pressure right there. There you go. So make sure when you put it back, make sure the area is clean. If you have like little heavy debris, big debris, it's gonna get a leak. Make sure you clean it real good. Also on the regulator. Now we're gonna put our bolts back. Over a little bit. There we go. You want to just put both of them loose first. From there, you finally get the bolts on there, you can finally tighten them. In this case, there we go. Grab them all both. Can't forget about our hose. Now we're gonna get to tightening now. So we pretty much put everything back. I put all the hose clamps back, the one I moved originally. Put this back here. There we go. Now everything's complete. We're gonna start it up and show you how it goes. Before we start it, gotta put your fuel cap back. Gotta put the negative terminal back. Gotta make sure I got my 10mm over here. Much it. Gotta just double check, make sure everything's all good. Make sure enough fuel's gonna come out. Put this back. The hoses are connected. And I think that's pretty much it. So let's give it a start. Oh, before we do, we need this guy. Just in case. Have it right here. Alright, let's give it a shot. I don't even think these fuel injectors have ever been changed too. All right, let's give it a start. Ooh, it took a minute. Let's check it out. Sorry for the noise again, but looks like it's working. Yeah, kind of happy about that. All right, and that's how you do fuel injectors for a Honda Civic. Sorry for all like one hand working on it, but I mean, as I give it a try, soon I'll probably get a head cam. Hopefully that'll work. But look, no ejection. Kind of trembling a little bit because I guess they're pretty new, so it's just kind of clearing it out. I don't know if that makes sense. Well, it's a cold start, so take another look-see. Cold start. RPMs are kind of stabilizing. And that's how you do fuel injectors. Alright guys. So quick update on the video. So I had to retake out the fuel injectors and take out the little strainers that have strainers. These little things. My brother was telling me that the quality on the original ones, fingers are dirty, but they're like more better. But since on the eBay ones, yeah, these are eBay fuel injectors. You can kind of tell these are cheap material. So I had to take off the fuel injectors, and just how the way you take these out. Sure, just pop them out like that. These are the old ones. Then of course you got the original one. I tried putting these on the new ones, but they don't fit. But I took off all the 4 of the old ones, I mean the new ones. Then it seems I was getting a code before I took those things out. I was getting a code of P0171 and P0170. So I think the 71 has to do something with lean fuel, which I wasn't getting proper fuel because of those strainers are like really blocking the passage. And the second code, the P170, it's a fuel trim, pretty much the code. But I took it for a spin after changing them, and I got that code. Then I removed the code after taking out the strainers, and from there I never got the code back. So I've been driving it for like a straight 30 minutes, and the code never came back. So I think that solved the issue of like, it was kind of bugging out after driving it, after changing them. Then I took out the strainers, didn't working good. But quick update on that. But that's how they work now.